Coming up, it's the high school quiz show Invitational with Salem High School representing New Hampshire. Representing Maine. That's next on High School Quiz Show
The new Drive with Safety mobile app was designed with your teen driver's safety in mind. The Drive with Safety app helps monitor and reduce distracted driving behaviors. You can ask an independent agent about safety insurance. We'll help you manage life's storms.
Museum of Science.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to High School Quiz Show and the first ever four-state invitational. I'm Billy Costa, your host. In today's matchup, this year's High School Quiz Show Maine state champions are taking on the winners of New Hampshire's Granite State Challenge. The winner of this match will go on to play the winner of the Massachusetts-Rhode Island match, and those two winners will go on to vie for the High School Quiz Show Invitational title. So let's get right to it. Let's meet the teams. Today's matchup has Bangor High School from Maine taking on Salem High School from New Hampshire. And on the Maine team, we have Sarah, Lily, David, and Catherine, with alternates Connor and Tom, and coaches Susan Thibodeau and Carl Robbins. And for the New Hampshire team, we have Tony, Aiden, Jonathan, and Ricky, with alternates Ova and Alexis, and coach Bernie Campbell. The competition has 4 rounds: a toss-up, a head-to-head, a category round, and a lightning round. And we will start with the toss-up round. All answers are worth 10 points. And this is the only round with no point deductions for any wrong answers. So teams, if you're ready, here we go. The United States joined its allies, Britain, France, and Russia, to fight in World War I on April 6th of what year? Yes, Tony?
1917.
Correct. Most metallic elements appear silver or gray in color, except for gold and what other element? Yes, Aiden?
Copper.
Copper is correct. What historic speech includes the phrase, "We here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain"? Yes, Sarah?
The Gettysburg Address.
Yes, Bram Stoker's Dracula is able to shapeshift at will. In the novel, he turns into a wolf, a large dog, and what other animal? Yes, David?
A bat.
Bat is correct. Take a look at your screens. Glacier National Park, pictured here, is one of the most Instagram places in the United States. It is located in what U.S. state? Yes, David?
Montana.
Correct. Basketball greats Magic Johnson and Kobe Bryant both spent their entire careers playing for what NBA team? Yes, David?
The Lakers.
Yes. What South American country is the largest producer of natural emeralds? Yes, David?
Ecuador.
No, you want to try it, New Hampshire? Yes, Aiden?
Brazil.
No, Colombia is the answer. Which of these is the largest, a megabyte, a gigabyte, or a kilobyte? Yes, David?
Gigabyte.
Yes. In the Odyssey, who has a prophetic dream about an eagle killing 20 geese, interpreted to mean her husband will finally return from sea and kill her suitors? Yes, David?
Penelope.
Yes. Take a look at your screens. Your next question is coming right up now.
Hi, I'm Paula Page, Governor of Maine, and here's my question. Each year, millions of visitors come to what park in Maine that was the first national park established east of the Mississippi River?
Yes, Aiden.
Acadia National Park.
Correct. China's golden age, when it became the wealthiest, most populous, and most sophisticated civilization on Earth, is associated with what dynasty that ruled from 618 to 907 AD? Yes, David.
Tong.
Yes. In October 2017, 1 month after Hurricane Maria, more than 80% of what U.S. islands still had no electrical power. Yes, Tony.
Puerto Rico.
Yes. Which of the following diseases killed 43,000 American servicemen during World War I, accounting for nearly 40% of all U.S. military deaths? Was it A, gangrene, B, syphilis, or C, influenza? Yes, Ricky.
Gangrene.
No, Maine, you want to try it? Yes, David.
Influenza.
Correct. Math question, what is 5% of 360? Tony?
18.
Yes. Oh, brave new world that has such people in it. Miranda says this to her father, Prospero, in what Shakespeare play set on a remote island? Yes, David.
The Tempest.
Yes. What star of Curb Your Enthusiasm is known for his spot-on impression of Bernie Sanders? Yes, Jonathan.
Larry David.
Yes. Mount Mansfield is the highest point in what New England state? David?
Connecticut.
No. New Hampshire, you want to try it? Aiden?
Rhode Island.
No, Vermont. In 1803, what powerful foreign minister to Emperor Napoleon made a surprise offer to sell the entire Louisiana territory to the United States? Yes, David.
Talleyrand.
Yes. Take a look at your screens. Here comes your next question.
Hi, I'm New Hampshire Governor Chris Sununu. I'm not the first Sununu to serve as New Hampshire governor. My father, John, was governor of New Hampshire from 1983 to 1989 and was White House Chief of Staff from 1989 to 1991 for this president.
Yes, Aiden?
George H.W. Bush.
That is correct. Which of the following European cities lies the farthest north? Is it A, Stockholm, B, Moscow, or C, Warsaw? Yes, Tony.
Stockholm.
Yes. Alfred Hitchcock's film The Birds is based on a story by what British writer best known for her novel Rebecca? Daphne du Maurier is the answer. At the 2017 U.S. Open, who became the first American woman other than Venus or Serena Williams to win a Grand Slam singles title in 15 years? Yes, Aiden.
Sloane Stephens.
Yes, Emma Watson plays a misfit teenager in a film version of what coming-of-age novel by Stephen Chbosky? Yes, Tony.
Perks of Being a Wallflower.
Yes, math question. A family has 2 cats, 1 orange and 1 gray. In lowest terms, what is the probability that both cats are female? Yes, David.
1/4.
Yes. What country has the highest population in Africa with nearly 180 million people? Yes, Aiden.
Nigeria.
Yes, the Dust Bowl refers to the drought-stricken southern plains region of the United States that suffered severe dust storms during which decade? Yes, Catherine.
30s.
Yes. To help them understand U.S. politics, Russian internet trolls in St. Petersburg were reportedly required to watch what Netflix political drama? Aiden.
House of Cards.
Yes. Who founded the American Red Cross and served as its president until 1904? Ricky.
Claire Barton.
Yes. In Victor Hugo's Les Miserables, what merciless police inspector hounds Jean Valjean all over France? Yes, Sarah.
Javert.
Yes. Hundreds of people now have RFID chips embedded in their bodies, allowing them to unlock their doors or log into their computers without touching anything. What does RFID stand for? Radio frequency identification. We move on. In her debut novel, The Bean Trees, what author writes about a spirited protagonist, Taylor Greer, who travels west and ends up adopting an abandoned girl? Yes, Aiden.
Barbara Kingsolver.
Yes, in ballet, pas de cheval is a step that imitates what animal? Yes, Tony.
Horse.
Horse is right. In the 1960s, Martin Luther King convinced Nichelle Nichols not to leave Star Trek because of her groundbreaking role as a black professional woman. What was the name of her character? Yes, David.
Lieutenant Uhura.
Yes. The 1862 Battle of Shiloh took place in what U.S. state? David?
Tennessee.
Yes, in professional soccer. What is the maximum number of players that a team can have on the field at one time? Yes, Aiden.
11.
Yes. And, That's the end of round one. The score right now, Maine, 150 points. It is very close. New Hampshire, 160 points. How about it, everybody? Okay, the head-to-head round is next, but what we like to do on High School Quiz Show is take a little breather, kind of shake it off, take a deep breath. Go ahead, shake it off, take a deep breath. And I've got a question in my hands. Each of you will have a chance to answer in his or her own way. We're going to start with Maine and Sarah, and here it is. What is your biggest source of state pride and why?
I really appreciate the Franco-American culture we have in our state because I think it's very unique to Maine, and it's also part of my heritage.
Oh, good for you. How about you, Lily?
I'd have to say the hardworking, can-do attitude that Mainers in every industry have.
David?
I'd probably say the self-reliance. I mean, if we don't know how to do something, we just figure it out ourselves.
Yeah. Boy, I'd love to be able to do that. Catherine?
I'd say the tight knit sense of community that we have in Maine.
New Hampshire, your turn. Tony?
I'm proud of New Hampshire's beautiful scenery. We're commonly known as one of the most beautiful states in the nation, and I'm proud of that because we get to show that off to the rest of the country.
All right. And Aiden?
I'm proud of New Hampshire's strong political tradition, from Daniel Webster all the way to today with Jean Shaheen and Maggie Hassan, and our First in the Nation primary.
Yeah, well said. Jonathan?
I love the area where New Hampshire is. We're like an hour away from Boston. We're close to the beach. We're close to the mountains. You can do whatever you want in New Hampshire and go wherever you like.
Beautiful coastline. Ricky?
I have to say the wildlife. Like in New Hampshire, you can see black bears, moose, eagles, you name it.
Boy, I'd be afraid. Just black bear, just like that. All right, here's the deal. Head-to-head is really cool. It moves very fast, and what we need is all of you to come on down, and we're going to go head-to-head right now. All right, we're about to go head-to-head. I've got New Hampshire to my left, Maine to my right. You mind shaking hands to get things started here? As a reminder, in this round, you get 10 points for correct answers. Incorrect answers will cost you 10 points. You can buzz in at any time. The clock is set at 90 seconds. Good luck, and here we go. Which amendment to the U.S. Constitution protects the right to free speech? Yes.
First.
Yes. What is the largest U.S. state by area? Yes.
Alaska.
Yes. What American science educator and television personality is best known as the Science Guy? Yes.
Bill Nye.
Yes. Vladimir and Estragon are characters in what play by Samuel Beckett? Waiting for Godot. What organ of the human body uses more energy than any other organ? Yes.
The brain.
Yes. Ted Cruz is the junior senator from what? Yes.
Texas.
Yes. Ernest Hemingway's For Whom the Bell Tolls is set in the 1930s.
World War I. Yeah, sorry.
No, Spain's would have been the answer. What is the next prime number after 43? Yes?
47.
Yes. What French heroine who helped turn the tide in the 100 Years' War?
Joan of Arc.
Yes. In an email or memo, the abbreviation BCC stands for what? Blind carbon copy. Kenosha and Racine are major cities in what U.S. state?
Alaska.
No, Wisconsin. What French author is best known for his satirical novel Candide? Voltaire. How many fluorine atoms are in one molecule of sulfur tetrafluoride? Yes.
4.
Yes. The Russian term Tsar is derived from the last name of what Roman? Yes.
Caesar.
Yes. On December 8th, 1980, what rock and roll icon was murdered outside New York, Dakota? Yep.
John Lennon.
Did he make it? Did not get in. So the bell ends round 2. We'll take a look at the score right now. It's still very close. Maine right now, 180 points. New Hampshire, 200 points. How about it, everybody? Okay, next up is the category round with the following categories: Botany Bay, Wax On, Wax Off, Band of Brothers, But Is It Art, Street Cred, and Lucky 13. Each category has 5 questions with increasing point values. Players, you can confer with your teammates, but once you buzz in, you're no longer allowed to confer. We will need your answer. Now, Maine, you've got a tiny bit of ground to make up, but you get to choose the first category. What's it going to be?
We'll take Band of Brothers, please.
Okay. Band of Brothers. Questions about brothers. For 10 points, in 1903 in Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, what two men achieved the first sustained flight of an airplane? Yes, Aiden.
The Wright brothers.
Correct. You've got the board, New Hampshire. Category?
Band of Brothers for 15, please.
Okay. What final novel by Dostoevsky explores faith and doubt in the story of a father and his three sons? Yes, Tony.
The Brothers Karamazov.
Yes, you've still got the board, New Hampshire.
Band of Brothers for 20, please.
Okay. Now a division of Hasbro. What board game company reportedly prints more Monopoly money every year than the U.S. Treasury prints real money? Yes, David.
Milton Bradley.
No, you want to try it, New Hampshire? Parker Brothers is the answer. You've still got the board, New Hampshire. Category?
Band of Brothers for 25, please.
For 25 points, what twin brothers are major funders of Americans for Prosperity, a conservative political advocacy group that's pledged to spend $400 million on the 2018 elections? Yes.
The Koch brothers.
That is correct. You've still got the board, New Hampshire.
Band of Brothers for 30, please.
Okay, for 30 points. What identical twin brothers are best known for creating the Netflix science fiction series Stranger Things? The Duffer Brothers. And you've still got the board, New Hampshire. You'll need a new category, though.
Botany Bay for 10, please.
Okay. Questions about botany. For 10 points. Flowering plants are called angiosperms, and non-flowering plants are called what? Yes, Sarah?
Gymnosperms?
Yes, and you've got the board, Maine. Category?
Could we get Botany Bay for 15, please?
Yes, you can. Daffodils belong to what genus named for a mythical figure who fell in love with his own reflection? Yes, Aiden.
Narcissus.
Yes, and you've got the board back, New Hampshire. Category?
Lucky 13, please.
Lucky 13. All answers are 13-letter words. And for 10 points, the Rosetta Stone proved to be the key to deciphering what system of pictorial writing used in ancient Egypt? Yes, Aiden.
Hieroglyphics.
Yes, you've still got the board. Category?
Lucky 13.
15 points. Rainer Weiss, Barry C. Barish, and Kip S. Thorne won the 2017 Nobel Prize in Physics for first observing what waves described as ripples in the fabric of space-time? Yes, David.
Gravitational waves.
That is correct. You've got the board, Maine. Category?
Botany Bay, please.
We'll go back to Botany Bay this time for 20 points. In vascular plants, what hollow woody tissue carries water and minerals from the roots to throughout the entire plant? Yes, David.
Xylem.
Correct. You've still got the board, Maine.
Botany Bay for 25.
Okay. Photosynthesis occurs in what bean-shaped green structures that are packed with chlorophyll? Yes, David.
Chloroplasts.
Yes, and you've still got the board, Maine.
Let's finish off Botany Bay.
30 points. One bad apple does spoil the whole bunch. What gas that acts as a growth hormone can spread through the air from fruit to fruit, causing ripening and rot? Yes, Sarah.
Ethylene?
Yes, and you've still got the board. You'll need a category, Maine.
Could we get But Is It Art for 10, please?
But is it art? Questions about modern and contemporary art. And for 10 points, what Spanish surrealist is best known for his painting of melting clocks titled The Persistence of Memory? Yes, Aiden.
Salvador Dali.
That is correct. You've got the board, New Hampshire. Category?
But is it art for 15?
Okay. My fan mail is enormous. Everyone is under 6. This quote is attributed to what American artist who originated the mobile, a type of moving sculpture? Alexander Calder is the answer. You've still got the board, New Hampshire. Category?
But is it art for 20, please?
Okay. Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going is a huge, brilliantly colored and enigmatic work painted by what French artist while he was living in Tahiti? Yes, Sarah.
Picasso?
No, New Hampshire, you want to try it? Tony?
Gauguin.
Yes, and you've still got the board, New Hampshire. Category?
But is it art for 25, please?
Okay, in 1943, inspired by a city grid of Manhattan, what Dutch artist created the abstract masterpiece Broadway Boogie Woogie? Pete Mondrian is the answer. You've still got the board, New Hampshire.
But is it art for 30?
Okay. In the 1990s, what controversial English artist rose to fame with a series of artworks showing dead animals, including a sheep and a shark, preserved in a tank of formaldehyde? Damien Hirst is the answer. You've still got the board, New Hampshire. You'll need a category.
Street cred for 10, please.
Street cred. Questions about notable street addresses. And for 10 points, what is the address of the White House, the official residence of the U.S. president? Yes, Lily.
1600 Pennsylvania Ave.
Yes, and Maine, you've got the board. Category?
Lucky 13 for 20, please.
For 20 points, what amniotic fluid test is a prenatal screening for certain birth defects and genetic conditions? Go ahead, Aiden.
A sonogram?
No, Maine, you want to try it? Amniocentesis is the answer, but Maine, you've still got the board. Category?
We'll continue with Lucky 13.
25 points. Known for its short, powerful TED Talks, TED is a nonprofit devoted to spreading ideas. The T stands for technology, and the D stands for design. What does the E stand for? Yes, Catherine.
Education.
No, New Hampshire, you want to try? Entertainment is the answer. Maine, you've still got the board. Category?
Lucky 13 for 30, please.
Okay, also known as a coming-of-age novel, what German word refers to a novel about the moral and psychological growth of the main character? Yes, Aiden.
A Bildungsroman?
Yes, and you've still got the board, New Hampshire. Category?
Street cred for 15, please.
Okay, Harry Potter lives in the cupboard under the stairs at what address in the fictional town of Little Whinging? Yes, Lily.
Number 4 Privet Drive.
Yes, and you've got the board. Main category?
Street cred for 20, please.
Okay. Sherlock Holmes and his flatmate, Dr. John Watson, live at what famous address in London? Yes, Sarah.
221B Baker Street.
Yes, and you've still got the board. Maine?
Can we get street cred for 25, please?
What London address is the official residence and office of the British Prime Minister? Yes, David.
10 Downing Street.
Yes, and you've still got the board, Maine.
Street cred for 30, please.
Ernie and Bert live in a brownstone at what famous street address next door to Oscar's trash can and Big Bird's nest? 123 Sesame Street is the answer. Only the one category left. It is wax on, wax off. Questions about film quotes. And for 10 points, in what 1939 film does Margaret Hamilton say, "I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog, too"? Yes, Jonathan.
The Wizard of Oz.
Yes, and wax on, wax off for 15 points. Wax on, oh, that's the bell ending the category round. The score right now, Maine with 285 points, New Hampshire 325 points. How about it, everybody? Okay, we are heading into the final 90 seconds of gameplay. We call it the lightning round. And here's the way it works. You get 20 points for each correct answer. Incorrect answers can cost you and will cost you 20 points. Teams, the clock is set. Good luck, and here we go. What U.S. state is the birthplace of George Washington? Yes, David.
Virginia.
Yes. All mammals, including humans, normally have a heart composed of how many chambers? Yes, David.
4.
What Canadian province is the setting for Anne of Green Gables by Lucy Maud Montgomery? Prince Edward Island. Who was the 4th president of the United States? Aiden.
James Madison.
Yes. Isotopes of uranium always differ in their number of what subatomic particle? Yes, Jonathan.
Neutrons.
Yes. What is the only U.S. state whose land area is increasing due to volcanic eruptions? David.
Hawaii.
Yes. In the film Blade Runner 2049, what actor plays a character called Kay? Yes, David.
Ryan Gosling.
Yes. As much as 80% of what European capital city was destroyed by a great fire in 1666? Yes, Aiden.
London.
Yes. In the Hunger Games series, Katniss Everdeen is a tribute from what district? Yes, Aiden.
District 12.
Yes. Buddhism was founded in what Asian country and about? Yes, David.
India.
Yes. In September 1620, the Mayflower set sail from what port city in southwestern England? Tony.
Plymouth.
Yes. In 1969, who published the first of her 7 autobiographies? I Know Why the Caged Bird Sing. Yes, David.
Maya Angelou.
Yes. What metal widely used for catalytic converters has the chemical? Yes.
Platinum.
No, palladium. In Rudyard Kipling's The Jungle Book, what type of animal is Colonel Hathi? Elephant. Name the only country that shares a land border with Denmark. That is it. The winner is New Hampshire with a score of 425 points. Maine, the runner-up, with 385 points. Congratulations to both teams. What a great round. Now, New Hampshire moves on to play in the Invitational Championship, so be sure you're tuned in, and we'll see you all back here for a high school quiz show. Woo! Check out High School Quiz Show on YouTube for full episodes and bonus features. Visit our website at highschoolquizshow.org. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter. High School Quiz Show is available on Xfinity TV on demand from Comcast.
There are hundreds of dangerous intersections out there. Fortunately, there are even more independent insurance agents who work with Safety Insurance, helping to ensure you're covered no matter where you drive. Safety Insurance will help you manage life's storms.
This is the place where planets collide, where the world is taking notice, where 28,000 brilliant young minds from 65 countries call home. UMass Amherst, this is the place.
A production of WGBH.